Yes. Outstanding. In the Granite 617 with my old friend Paul Fox, musician.
What's happening, everybody?
What's the name of your band, Paulie, again?
I have a rock and roll band called Spectacle, an eyeglass store called Spectacle in the South End. Feel free to visit me at any time. I've known this character since we were probably
kids.
5
I was a
years
kid
old.
and you were a little older.
Yeah,
he was
a
the
couple
first
years
rock star
older.
I know. He's been a rock star since he was a kid. This is his dream. Kevin Lee's family. People are going to be asking questions and shit. I go to it every 15 minutes and answer the questions. Let you answer them.
Thanks for having me there, Neozo.
Oh, no problem, Paulie. I apprate you coming,
It's the
brother.
first time I've ever done anything like this, so bear with me, everybody.
You don't have to worry about it, Paulie. No one's gonna judge you, brother. Nobody. If anything, they're gonna look up to you, brother. If I respect you, they know you're a good person. Nice. You are good people, Paulie.
It's cozy.
And your
guys, you would never
Paulie.
know this, but this room is about 16 by 16 feet. We're just taking up a whole space.
No, it's because I'm in the middle of fucking thing, and if I had it ready for you and my other fucking guests the other day, it would have been better. But next time you come back, it'll be a lot more better. 3 more cameras.
Always better when it's low budget.
Yeah, actually, it's high budget. Tax is fucking expensive, you know that. Do you know Dimension 7? Nirvana did the cover of 92 Reading. It's like an old punk song, cover song. It's straight as an arrow, defect.
Maybe if I heard it.
Oh, the money will roll right in. The money will roll right in. No, it's fast. It's like
no, you should improvise over something like this. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a
Paul, you do what you're a professional. You're a professional musician.
You're gonna rap over it.
I'll sing or rap. Be an honor to do it with you, bro. You're so good.
You're make a loop.
You're legit. Looped it. We looped it. All right, we can do that. Copeland granite water is the savage zone where every man needs to hold his zone. Copeland water granite is the danger zone. Every man needs to hold his zone. Shout out to Big L. Rest in peace. How about that song we were just talking about earlier? Hot Times? What is that? The city is really? It sounds so good. The pickup is insane, huh? You don't have a bunch of effects down there either. You're just a natural. You want to talk about underneath your strings and the
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You only got 3, 2. You see people with 4, 5, 8. Harmonics, right? Is that what that is? Harmonics.
There you go. How's the sound out there?
I see Stevie Ray Vaughan. When you listen to certain guitars, you just hear it in the soul in the music and the guitar. All those years of practice paid off.
That should be much better.
You're really good, trust me. I know music. You're good. Better than good. They all said the same thing. He said he's insane. So it doesn't surprise me. Do you know how to do sanitarium? That's good. How you slide it up and up. Oh, that's insane. The shit you learn, huh?
Little looper.
The pickups and shit. Like, I understand the flanges and all that shit, but I just never. I had a bass flange that was from Alan Constantine. Dave Constantine to me. I don't know, he said it was Alan's. Alan was a good bass player. You know how to do
Good
shit
little
in the
background
carry?
music.
That sounds dope. That sounds insane, dude.
Does it sound alright?
That was awesome,
It's
dude.
nice and lo-fi.
The fucking hair, the hairs
nice.
are going up on my fucking arms.
That
I'm like,
means
this is
everything.
insane. Yeah, it's insane,
That
bro.
means everything.
I'm like,
It
when I
gives
see
you a little
Stevie,
chill,
when I see
that's
really
what I
good
love.
guitars, I'm like, you know who it is, just listening. You don't gotta see their face. You know who it is by the way they play guitar. And you have your own style.
Yeah, style is everything.
And you've been playing. I remember you were playing with like 7, 8. And me and Baldo used to be like, wow, he's gonna be a rock star.
It's funny.
You knew what you did.
I was just mentioning to someone tonight that I was going to come over and do this with a guy that used to gather around in my basement. Of course, a little what do you call it was happening, and I'd be the one.
Your brother Stevie.
Yeah,
you were the responsible one.
I'd be kind of like the facilitator between rock and then all different kinds of people, jock and rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bringing people together in my basement, and then I'd have the amps going and to try to do my best Ace Frehley, but weren't we all?
Well, you did fucking pretty. I think you did better than Ace because Ace had a rough time of it. You've kept your mind together. You never fucking fell off. You kept focused. You run your own business. You got your own band for years. Like you stay consistent. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the key. It's funny you mentioned consistency is the key to
life.
It is. You have to stay consistent.
Right.
No matter what you do, day in and day out. You can't be great one day. You have to be great every day.
You got to try to be a little bit better the day than you were the day prior. Just a little bit if you can.
And that's what makes people different. That's
and then the planets align.
The superstars between the never has been.
Yeah.
Right. You got to stay consistent to whatever you do. Put a lot of love into what you do, and if you don't love it, you gotta
don't make someone else rich. Use your passion, and don't have regrets when you die.
Well, I've been a small business owner. Actually, I've been doing this since 1985. I graduated high school in '85, and then I started. I was landscaping throughout all of high school, and my mother. I was in between jobs for a really short time. My mother read in the Patriot Ledger. Oh, learn how to make eyeglasses. At a place called iLab.
Eyeglasses.
That was from the Patriot Ledger.
Your mom was smart to say that.
That was in '85, and funny enough, around that time, I had a rock and roll band called Lust for Kicks with Mike Ashley. You remember Mike Ashley?
I heard of him, and I remember that name. I remember the name. Yeah, I remember that band. I remember the name. I forget. Now I remember. Now that you just said, I remember that name of your band. I forget how I remembered. I remember that name. So what happened with that band?
You don't even need these headphones.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
Let me see.
You just kind of like
you don't have
that
to.
fizzled out, but
you don't have to.
A funny thing around that time, just put it down.
Yeah, I don't want to get wrong. That's all. I don't.
It's a funny thing. But anyway, a funny thing around that time. So I was just delving into my career in making eyeglasses, and I had a little rock and roll band called Lust for Kicks. Well, one time we were playing at the Channel. And all my
you had a channel show, huh? Because I seen good big bands at the channel.
This is 1986. I was 19.
Wow.
And
86. I was 15.
Oh, yeah. So at 19, and we played the channel. And then I went back to work. We're making eyeglasses. And I went to lunch, and I never went back. I said, I played the channel. I'm a rock star. I don't need this eyeglass.
Playing at the channel was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
For any band.
I don't need this freaking eyeglass thing.
Better than the Beachcomb, actually, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, of course.
Even though the Beachcomb had more history, because the Cars
played
there,
Aerosmith played there, right?
It was right on the beach, right? Right on the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, the key, everybody wanted to play into a Boston club.
Yeah.
Quincy.
How come Quincy was never Boston? Because they're both two cities right connected to each other.
Well,
we have 13
at
boroughs
the time,
here.
especially
they have 12.
in the 80s, there were so many different clubs. Quincy, remember the Ranch House in Marshfield?
Yep.
And
that's the South Shore. Quincy,
right.
Quincy's a city. Those are towns.
Those were kind of like between places. Unfortunately, you get bands like Fat City or some of those bands, and the Fools would play there.
That combo was good from Randolph. The kid with one arm.
Everybody was great.
No, this kid had one arm. Right. He played guitar, lead guitar, and sang with one arm. He had a amputate arm from a motorcycle arm. Right. So with his strumming hand with this one, he'd move up and down. He'd have effects with his hands like this. He'd go dee 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 dee. And that we wouldn't see them like 5 days. They were that freaking good.
Yeah.
Like speed metal, kinda.
Yeah.
with power
A
chords
lot
and
of
really
bands
fast.
around town, they were always great.
This
But
is
the
the
difference, the
80s.
differentiate between, or I should say, the difference between the Boston scene or any of the local scenes like the Quincy scene or whatever, is that there was just so many more clubs to play. And
I think you
once
guys
play
were
the
one of
jam,
the
like,
only. I think you were the only one of the only legit bands in Quincy, from what I remember, Paulie. Because there wasn't too many
But
freaking solid.
even before that, though.
Well, Fruity and them had a band.
Yeah.
There were some bands that were serious, like you. You were the most serious. So
Well,
you stuck with it all this time, Paulie.
Before that, though.
You got a following.
Before
you know?
that, somehow I got connected with the guys from Jerry's Kids and Gangrene.
Yeah, Gangrene. I love those guys, man.
Before they were Gangrene, I answered an ad.
Slapshot and all those. Do you know those guys too?
Yeah, I was 14 years old, right? And I went to Charles. Remember Charles Bean Music in Quincy Square? And on the board, the bulletin board said, "We're looking for a singer."
Quincy Records
yeah,
and Music.
Well,
was it before Quincy Records? Same place.
Jason's. Charles
Jason's.
No, even right up the street from Jason's. You
remember Quincy Records and Jason's,
yeah.
Sawyer's. So I'm just trying to think where your place was.
It was a place called Charles Bean. They sold instruments.
Oh, that's right, Charles Bean. Okay,
I
do remember.
Not too far from Coleman's.
I do remember.
Near PV. Remember
PVC?
PVC?
Oh, in between Tasso's, Coleman's, or a little bit down.
It was even before
Tasso's.
Right. It was a little bit before Tasso's.
Right where the tuck shop was on the corner in between there and
right.
Police.
Long story short, Chris Doherty put an ad. We're looking for a singer. I answered it, and it turned out to be the starting of Gangrene.
Mick Mars has that story. So many guitarists have that story, and drummers, they answer an ad.
Right. And then that led to Jerry's Kids. I sang the first few shows.
I had no idea. Oh, yeah, Mello, I think, told me this, but I forgot. Can you imagine that? He played at Jerry's Kids at 15 years old. He was that good enough to play at 15 years old?
Cantones.
They were all older, right, than you? They were older a little bit?
A couple of kids.
Older?
A couple of guys were my age. And then
a couple years older, right?
Yeah. But we played with
impressive.
Fruity DeLuca.
Fruity's
he
good
was
on
playing
the drums.
With. He was playing with.
He looked like Twisted Sister, D. Snyder on drums.
Well, he had a band called. He was playing with
Demon
Incinerators with Joe Labonte and this guy Mike Credolfa. And
that's
blah, blah,
right.
blah.
Well, they played in that church right behind 7-Eleven on Copeland Street. That's where they used to rehearse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Across from the apartments.
We played at a
we sit
party.
there and listen to them and shit.
I got a show for Jerry's Kids when I was singing. And we played at a party in Quincy, like Adam Shore or something like that. Jay Johnson was there.
It must have
Spring
loved you
Up.
guys,
It was just like a fucking crazy scene.
It must have been like a big mosh pit in the friggin'...
It was just nuts. It was a house party.
Crazy, huh?
And so that led to, and that was with the Incinerators, Fruity DeLuca's band who played drums with it, before the metal band.
Before Dean
with Matt Norris. Yeah,
Matt
before
Norris,
that.
exactly.
Yeah,
and Mark Stewart, Matt Norris and Mark Stewart.
So I knew Matt Norris and
the Norris is all good people, too. Good people.
But that was a crazy scene. If you talk to Fruity now,
I do talk to him once. He's going to be on. He'll be on the podcast. He's going to come on eventually.
I
want to have Fruity on. He's a good guy.
That led to Cantones, and then blah blah.
Yeah, Fruity. I think Fruity respects you a lot, Paul. Actually, you remember? I'm sure you guys have mutual respect. You both are both musicians.
A little low fight tonight.
Old school.
Tighten here, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hey!
Yeah, you can move over. But look at what's behind you. Metallica Whiplash EP, the first one off the first album. I made in Japan up there. That should get you going. You can pull your chair up more, Paulie. Good.
Perfect, bro.
I want you to be comfortable.
I'm gonna have my good angle right over there.
There you go. I got you. Whatever way you want, brother. You got it. You're rock royalty, brother. Yeah, Southwest Quincy royalty too.
Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy. That's Southwest.
I was born in Georgia. I don't know if you know that.
No, I know. No, I do know that. I do know that, actually, because I know Stevie for so long. You know? I remember, but you grew up in Southwest Quincy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Basically,
by the time I was 4 or 5, that's what I was gonna say.
Burnsy moved from Dorchester to here. Burnsy, Skipper, and Wayne Paul. Same thing.
My mother made it. She moved to Quincy, right down the street.
And making it was moving to Quincy. And, South Quincy back then was really nice.
Juice, and he was out of the picture by the time we were 3.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't meet my real pal till 32.
Oh yeah.
So I went through that same shit
Yeah,
you guys went through. You know.
In fact, I started.
It didn't seem to affect you guys because you guys was like
you went Steven a little bit more.
I think so. Yeah, maybe.
You know, if you know,
but you were always very disciplined. That's what I noticed about you.
Thank you. That's good.
I love discipline. I have it myself.
Work ethic.
I have work ethic too, and you do.
Survival work ethic.
And Stevie has it too. Stevie's a hard worker too.
Yeah. He was good.
So he must have watched you. I think that's what it was.
Well, it's good to have a
role model or a mentor.
Yeah. But we never had mentors. That's the thing. For me, it was
survival. Our mother said, go outside and use your imagination, or just go out there and socialize.
Yeah. I had a paper route by the time I was 10 around this neighborhood. I did all paper route. And I parlayed that. I bought a lot of records. And, I unfortunately stole a lot of records in junior high school. And I used to take orders.
Yeah.
Hey, can you get me Pink Floyd The Wall?
I know all about that.
I do naughty things, and that's what I had to do. We all
did. Then
ultimately, I accumulated a bunch of records where I'd buy and sell them to, take girls on dates and so forth. But
hustling.
You had to hustle. And
people have no idea. People have no clue.
You gotta.
People have no clue how much. You remember us down the park?
On the phone all day.
How many of us were down the park on our Bruce Corner selling joints and how many? 100 deep every day? In the 80s?
Yeah,
we were making $1 million a year. And no one even knew, really. Tried to bust us all the time. They just shit, sampling. Does that sound like Jimmy Page or what? See, I forget the lyrics after that. Cause telling friends you're gonna be a star. Do the first bars and then I'll remember. Actually, you sing good, Paulie. You should be singing it.
Yeah, sing that, man.
But Robert Plant's hard to fucking emulate.
Oh, yeah.
I seen Robert Plant solo. That's one band I wish I'd seen was Zeppelin in there, fucking the best rock and roll band ever. And then Kiss. And Floyd too. Rush, the Police, the Clash.
Yeah.
The Sex Pistols.
I saw the Dead Boys at the Rat. I was on the stage for that. That was
Rathskeller?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
That was considered a
punk
reunion
rock, right?
show. But that was 1982, I believe. 81, 82.
Wow,
that was crazy.
Early
Dead
punk
Kennedys,
days.
Misfits.
I had Dead Kennedys album. I seen the Misfits.
Threat, Black Flag. I saw Black Flag.
Henry Rollins.
Tour before Henry Rollins at the
Paradise.
Really? And then we saw Henry Rollins' first show at the Channel.
Who was the singer before Henry Rollins?
My great friend's band, the all-time greatest band out of Boston called the Outlets, played with Black Flag at the Channel, and then we ended up with it at an after party with Black Flag. It was crazy.
I never went to after parties after my shows.
I was 14. I missed my paper route that day. Thank God Grandpa was there.
I did party like a rock star in the 80s and 90s,
last time I ever delivered the papers.
I know. I stopped delivering them too. It wasn't because we were bad kids. We were just fucking...
Yeah. But you grow out of things.
Yeah. Hormones, fuck everything. We're just changing our mind, You were following your dreams. I wasn't listening to no adults either. I was just going with the flow. Hustling, making money.
Do the hustle.
Do the hustle. I don't even know the hustle. Do the hustle. That's like isn't that like a fucking disco or a funk song? Do the hustle.
Yeah.
I seen Yes front row. Jethro Tull.
Sure.
Like I would have never seen these bands. I would have never seen them. I was like, that was the first show I ever seen. I'm like, sitting on up pop. That was the only song I ever heard from him. I didn't know it was Ian Gillan, the singer. I thought it was Jethro Tull was the name of the singer, and that was the name of the band. No, it was but he was so fucking talented with that flute, and the band was so good. Yes, but I seen like epic fucking bands. And I would have never went to those shows and paid to go
Yeah.
see. Claudio had actually he sold tickets. He'd always ask me, "I can't find someone to go. You gonna
Claudio,
come?"
was
I
that
would go.
kind of wacky guy?
No, he worked on Quincy School. Not a wacky guy. He was actually
Who did he hang out with?
Shorty. Bob Wachkowski, Georgie Bush, Steve Aristide.
Belching eyes. He had kind of belching
Claudio was Italian.
like
his mother and father.
Big hairdo, a big like Brillo pad hairstyle.
He had long hair way back in the days. Then he had like short hair. He worked right at Quincy School down there. His father was a rock cutter up here from Italy, and his mother worked at the cracker factory. They lived right beside Marini's.
Yeah.
The old Marini's. On traffic. I'm wondering if I could definitely sing a track. I'm just wondering what I know lyrics to certain tracks, but I don't know if you know the songs. So. But you know what? You probably do because you know all those old school tracks. Do you know Sanitarium by Metallica, the slow song? Fade to Black, any of the slow ones, the old ones?
I'd rather
improvise. Well, ingenuity is everything. Problem solving. 101. That's what I was in the Sandbox. It was never a problem. Fixing problems. Easy.
You like that lo-fi effect?
Sounds
There's a guy out of Somerville, Untitled, goes by Mid-Fi Electronics. Makes great stuff. And then I collect guitar effects pedals. This is a company out of Belgium called Pladask Electric. Belgium pedals, I love them.
I'm 15% German, 25% Sicilian, and 6% Irish. I do got my grandfather was Zephaniah from Germany. Yeah, Belgium, that's pretty good. Oh, you got business interests out there, that's a good thing. That's capitalism at its best, and people don't realize small business is what makes America fucking work. People, go out there and go to small business and give them your business, because that's important. Help your community.
Speaking of which, as we head towards more of a technocracy as time goes on, where a lot of this bullshit is forcing the small business person out of business, now more than ever, we need to support small businesses, brick and mortar businesses.
I agree. That's why I was saying that. I think it's very important people do that. You seen after 9/11, people act like that never happened. It brought all Americans together.
Right.
And that's what this thing should have done. Made people take care of themselves a little better, take some vitamins in the morning, go out there and sweat every day.
Well, we're never hearing about that because it's all about money.
Propaganda. It's all
propaganda.
all about money.
Let's talk about propaganda.
Yeah, you get to
anybody know about the Smith-Mundt Act? Speaking of propaganda, so I'm going to go over a couple little details.
You can do whatever you want, Paul. The floor is yours, my friend.
This is going to be a little
this ain't
history
gonna bother
lesson.
me. This don't bother you. You can shut up. Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, Paul.
Back at the beginning of
as long as it's not too loud, it's
back at the beginning of this. Well, I get the speaker facing there. But back at the beginning of this, I was made aware of something called Event 201, which was this event that took place in October of 2019 in New York City. It was sponsored by the following people.
Clintons.
Well, they're probably tied into it, and this is you could go on.
Did they use the unknown $400 billion underground city there or something?
Well,
because there's a lot of tunnels there.
Yeah.
Just like there's two sand arguments there, right there and here.
Yeah, it's probably like that, but we'll just focus on Event 201, which was this.
I was just wondering if it was that, because I always...
No, not to be confused with
about
that. So this took place in October of 2019, and it was sponsored by the World Economic Forum, which you should look into. The World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab just wrote a book called The Great Reset, which incidentally
I know about The Great Reset. I've read some.
If you're
familiar
with The Great Reset, it's very important to kind of put these things together. But World Economic Forum, the Bloomberg Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates, and all these places, all the players.
Elon's a good person, right? He's probably one of the best billionaires out there, right?
I didn't care about him.
Karen, I'm just saying, those other guys are horrible.
So,
Gates is a whack job.
But anyway, these people were associated with something called Event 201, which was basically, and I know I'll tell you how.
That's fine.
It was basically the bottom line. Well, you could just do Google search, but
it's common sense, anyways.
Well, it should be, but
people think they believe everything they hear on the news.
Of course,
they should do their homework and research.
In 2 years, there have been 5 people that I know, 2 that I know personally, that are familiar with Event 201. Nobody knows about it.
Well, I've heard
and if it was such a worthwhile endeavor, i.e., it was a tabletop exercise on how the world's leaders and elites are going to handle a pandemic.
That's right.
That happened 5 months before it got effectuated in February 2020 or so.
Yeah, I was just finishing real estate school. I remember.
Aside from all of that, if you just follow the money on things,
I was following the doctors in China before it even happened, 2 months before, and then they disappeared.
Doesn't anybody think this is odd? Speaking of China, isn't it odd that
I love the people of China? I just can't stand the government. You know what I mean?
Well, of course,
the people are great.
It's
you know,
that's
communism.
Why,
exactly.
Ultimately, that's what a ruling class wants. They want America to be just like that.
It'll never happen, people.
Under control. Well,
we have patriots out there.
There's
Trust
a few factors why that won't happen.
It'll never happen.
But in general, that's what they want to happen.
Of course.
And that's why this.
They play the long game.
Yeah.
They try to divide. They try to conquer and divide.
Oh, absolutely, brother. This is all about.
But they don't realize we're smarter. Like we have smart people.
Fortunately, there are people.
You're smart. I'm smart.
Fortunately, there are people out there that are paying attention.
That see through the bullshit.
Exactly, because it's all propaganda.
For 40 years, I've seen through it.
It's propaganda, and people should look out into the Smith-Mundt Act, M-U-N-D-T, which was basically something that was enacted in the late 40s to prevent the American government from propagandizing its own citizens.
That was
repealed in 2013. That's all verifiable.
Is that public record?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
See?
And because
that's what people need to start public record stuff.
If governments
they would read
to propagandize its own citizens, all bets are off. So everything's propaganda. Basically, when anything's crammed down your throat, you should realize that it's all propaganda anyway.
It is propaganda, and they drag it out and drag it out. You know what it is? These people never have power in their life. They want a popularity contest. Then they can make the laws of the land, and they act tough. They can fight their way out of a wet paper bag with 5 rips in it. But that's what they get, that power, and they don't want to let it go.
Right. You devise a problem. You create the problem. Pandemic. You create the problem.
Cowards
create
too.
the solution.
And they're cowards
hey, everybody.
Too. They're not great
people. The vaccine, the boosters. I mean, booster shots should be referred to. I know. The booster shots should be referred to as BOO $TERS again. Because there's
no money in a cure,
don't
right?
People realize that by now? It should be blatantly obvious. Well, way before all this happened, my wife and I were talking, I think the flu vaccine had been waning because the people that I know, everybody that takes the flu vaccine gets sick. Well, why am I taking something to prevent myself from getting sick? And I'm getting sick. That's like pointless.
They offered to me like less than a year ago. I haven't been sick in 4 years. Why would I give it to a 60, 70-year-old or someone we can use it? I'm in shape. I sweat every day.
Right. It shouldn't be a one-size-fits-all.
They look at me like I got 5 heads. I go, I know what I know about the anatomy of the body more than you probably.
Of course. Well, they want people to be reliant on chemicals. And
that's what I said. I'm not one of these gerbils that walks in here every day.
It's never about our health. It's about wealth. And so getting back to that.
You're right.
The flu vaccine had been waning.
Right.
So you don't think the politicians are in the pockets of the pharmaceutical companies? They're all lobbyists. Of course they are. So naturally,
they're all saying Pfizer.
A situation
they all sponsor Pfizer,
where they got to rebrand something. Or,
Pfizer gives them billions of dollars and they say their name.
Rebrand the flu. I mean, all flus are considered being.
We've been fighting COVID for 125 years.
Of course.
It's the flu. It's the cold.
COVID isn't in dog shit when you walk down the street.
Exactly.
How come they're not rinsing the sidewalks every day? So
I don't
it's
know
about
why.
Even if there's nothing nefarious about the vaccine, the idea that they're pushing it
takes 10 years to make
making
one.
people reliant on it, that's just. Even if it's just a follow money
Haven't people
alone,
died from having it?
I'm not interested in participating in following the money.
No.
And then I've known more people get sick from the vaccine than I've known in real life with the COVID, quite frankly.
Yeah, if someone gets sick that I care about
and
that
I have
daughter,
to say, my own daughter had COVID and she had a lack of taste and sense of smell.
Joe Cardarelli's mother went through the same thing too. She got
so it's definitely weird. I mean, I know it's a man-altered thing.
Yeah,
because how are they going to? Nobody gets sick in the summertime.
Is your mom all right now? She all right now?
My daughter. She's doing great. Yeah, she's doing great.
Awesome.
Thank God.
It's good to hear. Thank
but
God.
the bottom line is, I realized there's a strain. I never denied that. It's a man-altered strain. But it's something to usher in this thing. So I knew that this vaccine, a long time ago.
Same with me. I'm not taking that shit.
I put on...
I'm not anti-vax. I'm just.
No,
I'm
exactly.
not just
I'm pro-choice.
I'm pro-choice. Exactly.
Leave your laws off my body.
Let me make my own decision.
I went as far as getting a pack of Corona beer in some Japanese whiskey. I placed it with my logo, business logo. This is, in retrospect, you got a little ballsy move to go Quincy on you.
Well, you got balls.
So, yeah. So
you got balls.
And I wrote.
I know that.
And I put this was right before the first lockdown, and I wrote, "Free Corona shots while supplies last," and hashtagged "Enjoy your vaccinations responsibly." I knew it was about the vaccine from day one, brother. Knew it. Speaking of China, how come in China we saw all this footage of people falling face down? That's so deadly. People falling face down. In America, it's such much worse. I haven't seen anybody falling face down. You see anybody falling face down out there?
No, this is what I know. Hospitals were given $65,000 to say it was a COVID death when he wasn't even a COVID death. So they had a reason.
That happened to two of my friends.
The numbers are definitely off.
Yeah, that happened to a couple of my friends. I won't name names, but
no, of course not.
But they're in their relatives.
They think they're slick.
They were in hospice and they were marked as
hospice. Jesus
Christ.
Christ. I heard those ventilators were making people worse too. They weren't making them better.
I've been talking to a lot of in real life. I get my news. Oh, where you got your news sources?
I don't
get
watch
it from real life.
I get it from real people that ain't corrupt.
I'm not interested in
physicists, scientists.
Right. I mean, common sense and logic, but mainly it's from real life people that I talk to.
The Hill was pretty good.
Basis.
Those two people.
I don't listen to
I don't even watch
online.
news.
Nothing online. There's a few videos out there that are interviews from years past that
are really good.
Give it away.
Yeah. Scientists and physicists are really good.
There's a gentleman by the name of Harry Vox.
I've heard him.
This is for everybody. You should watch this. Harry Vox.
I've actually seen
Type
him.
in Ebola 2014.
I remember
it's
that.
an interview from 2014 where he's talking about Ebola as a bioweapon in different parts of the world.
And they
handle that with what's happening now.
They handle that
crazy.
Really
watch that. It's nutty.
They handle that in like a week or a month less.
The reason why we're where we are with this is something called ideological subversion.
Yeah,
people can learn something.
What is it called? Isn't it called like it's fear tactics?
Well, yeah,
it's
psychological.
It's psychological warfare.
It's psychological.
If an alpha male is like us, we don't buy that shit. We're not scared of nothing.
So when you're indoctrinated from kindergarten up and through high school and even through college, when you learn something like you can say, "Hey, I learned that this is white," but I can clearly say that's black. That's black. But because you learn that that's white, you will never, with all the evidence in the world.
I heard these professors are real knuckleheads these days. What they're teaching kids.
Who knows what they're teaching now?
Because they're in the pockets of China and freaking special interest groups.
It's all special. And it's all designed to keep us dumbed down. That's kind of why, they legalized marijuana. And I think it should be decriminalized, but I never thought it should be legalized, brother. You know what? There are certain things that should remain underground.
I never had a problem with it being illegal. I never cared.
Well, exactly.
Never bothered me. I was never scared.
But my problem with it, the irony is that when you have something that's so readily available, there are going to be many people who just can't handle it, but they're going to do it anyway. I witnessed day to day, these people coming out of their trucks. Once upon a time it was a ritual, and it's like, hey, it's a special occasion, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when people are leaving their truck or going into the trucks, and there's too many people driving.
Before school, too.
Yeah, and the stuff is strong. From what I understand, the stuff is stronger now than ever.
Remember Sons of Million in the early 80s, like Seedless? We were smoking Seedless in the early 80s. Colombian Lamb's Breath, remember? Thai Stick. Even Colombian Gold.
Right. Whatever the case may
be.
But
it's strong. It's like 30, 40s.
The point is that people are getting behind all kinds of people.
And they never smoked before.
They can't handle
they never even smoked
before. And because it's so readily available, that also contributes to overall, the ruling class wants to keep people dumbed down. It's not about,
but this is the highest form of thinking. People don't realize that.
Not to mention they're making a killing off the fucking
They think it's paranoia. It's not paranoia. You're just so much alert about life. You're not paranoid. You're the highest form of thinking.
Right.
This makes me creative in the gym. It makes me creative outside training. Like everything. Like I do everything.
It can give you a little focus from what I
understand.
It
does. Sativas give you energy.
Who's out there? Anybody watching this thing?
They're watching. Don't trust me. There's people live right now watching. People come in and out. And people see us for about years and years. Next 20 years.
Raise your hand if you were familiar with Event 201 or
let me see if there's any. Let me see if I made it. Let me see if there's any questions here, because there usually is. What's up, my friend? Great job. Thank you, man. Anybody got anything they want to ask, my friend Paulie? You guys good there? They said, "What's up, my friend? Great job." So
How's the
obvious.
sound? Is the sound like? Is this the first time having music kind of live like this, or?
No, actually, you're doing good, brother. You're doing good.
How can you tell the sound though?
Well, watch this. I go right on my phone. Check this out. Here's how good technology is. Watch this,
We
brother.
can watch it live. While it's
I go
happening.
right on fucking YouTube right now and it's live. That's what's so good about this. Actually, I go right on. Oh, here it is right there. Look, Sherlock Kincaid
funny.
Park live right now.
Kincaid. Oh, that's funny.
No, play it again. Good.
Hold on. Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's behind me. But that's live. This is live too.
Right.
Thank you, dude. Straight out Kincaid Park.
Kincaid Park.
That's the
Oh boy.
old school.
Yeah, I went to Lincoln Hancock when it first opened.
I did too, yeah.
1975.
Remember swimming there at night after?
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah. That was a great. The gym there, the floor was
Fucking
really
Olympic-sized pool,
Yeah.
big, nice gym.
That was one of
That was
a
a nice
kind.
elementary
I
school.
think in the maybe nationwide, I think there was the
One of the best, yeah. First modern fucking elementary.
Yeah, yeah.
I was playing chess in second and third grade with a kid from Oscar Jara from Argentina and a kid from Cambodia, Rota Prak and Steve Noltemy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everyone else was playing checkers. We were playing chess.
You know, my wife lived in the same apartment as Steve Noltemy. And his
Oh, right
sister-
there on
both his
Nightingale.
sisters- Right, exactly, yeah.
Right there. He
Noltemy
lived with his
and-
mother. And
What's
his
his
sister.
sister's name?
I forget his sister's name because she was she
I
always
think
kept to
Dino.
herself.
You know who I hang out with a lot? Dean Zacchini.
Dean Zarkin's a good kid.
Oh,
I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
his father too. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
I used to love dance with my wife and shit down Brannigan's back in the days. Dean's a good dude too.
Yeah,
Dean,
Dean's good.
does he
He's
still
in
cut
Marshville
meat?
now.
Does he still drive the meat trucks and shit?
No, he's been a pipe fitter
Oh,
for
pipe
a
fitter.
long time.
Yeah, I got my
537.
nephew's a pipe fitter, and I know some pipe fitters.
Yeah.
I was a Santa for a long time, 17 and a half
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, he
But pipe fitter's a
he's
good
been
kid.
pipe fitter for a long time.
Dean's a good
20
kid.
years or so.
Dean's always been a good kid. Shout out to Dino Zacchini. Shout out to your brother.
Busy.
Oh, sorry, that was my
Steven.
no, that was my fault. Shout out to Stephen Fox, your brother too, and your wife, and your family, your mother, and your daughter, everybody. Nice to see you guys, Stevie, especially. I haven't seen you, Stevie, in a while too.
I'll send Steven a couple of clips.
Thank
of
you,
this.
definitely. He could just go on YouTube and watch the whole thing. Yeah, it's there's a lot of
Clean that up.
There's a lot of fuckery going on in this world.
Oh yeah. Well, I think sooner or later. Well, first of all, the brainwashed do not know they are brainwashed,
No,
and
they don't.
sooner or later, people will get hip to it. It's different levels.
There is different
I've
levels.
known about it since
You're
day
right.
one, but sooner or later, people are like, "Wait a second, boosters now? What the fuck
Boosters.
is going on here?" You know what I mean? It's
Booster
like,
shots.
Come on, give the ruling class an inch, and they will take a mile.
They'll
That's
take a mile.
Fact.
Oh, you know what?
What's
That's
fascinating
a
is that-
great quote. I used to use that all the time. My mother used to say, "I give you an inch, you take a fucking mile."
What I find fascinating is
I take 10 miles.
the same people that say, "Oh, I don't trust the government. I don't trust the corporations." Well,
They're all company
they're saying,
people and fucking making
but
them rich.
meanwhile, they're getting hoodwinked by all this other shit. It's like, come
People are
on.
such hypocrites, bro.
Oh my God.
They don't even realize they're doing it either. That's
Well,
the thing. I bet
People
you.
want to be a part.
They
of
want to
something.
belong. Yeah. They want
So
to be
it's
on.
like,
They
oh,
want to be.
COVID.
They want to be on a going thing.
Right,
Already
right,
going
right.
thing. See, they don't lead. They follow. They don't
Right.
lead.
Exactly. When you look at the facts and so forth and so on, you'd realize that we're being hoodwinked, but people can't go against that because they feel as though they're part of something now. It's like a great cause. How about this? Just do something nice for your fellow brothers and sisters. You don't need to virtue
Holly, what's a
signal by
great
saying,
cause?
"Look at me, I got my
What's a
mask
great
on."
cause?
It makes no
America is a
difference.
great cause. Like, you know how many people died for our freedoms?
I know,
Do you know
I
when you go to other countries, you would want to come back to America in a fucking hour? You would never want to live there ever again.
Right.
You would say, "I have it so good
Keep
in
in mind,
America."
people, it's never for your safety. but
You
for
don't
your
have
safety.
it.
It's
You don't
usually
have
the
freedom
opposite.
like you have here in any other country. Because I've been to other countries.
Yeah.
Like Canada's beautiful, but it's free. Not like here. Like the freedom of speech, the first, Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, so the government can't fucking take over. That's 15 smart people come up with those fucking. They agree to disagree. They were smart people because they did see this coming way back then. If you can imagine that. Yeah, there's smart people out there. They just don't realize it. Probably. pretty horrible. People don't see it.
It should be obvious.
I get really
It's
frustrated.
crazy.
That
It's
people
very
don't
frustrating.
Really see it.
I can't stand to see my. Well, here's the problem. We live in a headline society. People don't want to look past. Yep. People don't want to look past the headlines, so they want to get spoon fed.
They don't want to go deep in the shit.
Yeah, so they have their gadgets,
find out
and
the truth.
everybody's happy and fat and eating and blah blah blah.
Lazy.
They get their everything going. So why do anything? So they just listen to TV.
Oh, can we let the government take care of us?
Exactly.
We don't have to do
This
nothing.
is the bottom line.
But guess what? You're going to live an average life.
Right. That's the bottom line. But also,
evolution, constant evolution is what we should be doing.
But then the people who are working their asses off are taking care of this, and it's just like
I work my ass off.
Massachusetts, equity.
Oh my God! I would gross like $4,000, $6,000 a week, and they take half of it. Massachusetts.
I know, it's sick.
Like I get half my money off 58%, 60%. It's still really good money. $2,800, $1,400 a week take home. That's better than a lot of people make. But that's why I try to say you don't need college. I was making that $8,000 to $1,500 take home a week.
Oh yeah,
$100,000 a year.
College is great for the president.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying education ain't good, but I had a street education, and I read 1,000 books, educated myself. I was already educated. I could already read really well, so I didn't really. School was easy.
We're gonna write a song.
Let's do it, brother. I've written many songs, and I know you have too. That's a good idea.
I'm gonna take two on that loop.
How about we call it perpetrating a fraud, like everyone's doing out there, perpetrating a fraud.
Go.
Come on here, big boy, have a cigar, you're gonna go far. You're gonna fly high, you're never gonna die. I'm trying to think of some lyrics I could use for these are nice loops I We're off to the witch. We may never come home. But the night that we will live will last a lifetime. That's not going to go this way. Welcome to time stand still. No one leaves and no one. Moon is full, never sees the change. Just label mentally deranged. Dream the same thing every night. I see the freedom in my sight. No locked doors, no windows barred. No things that make my brain see the sky. Sleep, my friend, and you will see. The dream is my reality. They keep us locked up in this cage. Can't they wait see is why brain says rage. Sanitarium. Leave me be. Losing my voice. Sanitarium. Just leave me alone. All I hear, what's out there? Can I breathe the open air? Whisper things into my brain, assuring me that I'm insane. I think I enter in their hands, the violent in space, violent plans. Keep him tight, it makes him well. He's getting better, can't you tell? No more can they keep us here. Let's endemic, we really win. They see it right, they see it well, but they think this saves us from hell. Sanitarium, leave me be. Sanitarium, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
How much caffeine do you drink? A lot?
Probably 2 in the morning or something. But then, like, if I'm doing shit like that, I'll have one. You know, I just make my own. Well, you want a coffee?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm like, I can't drink a lot of caffeine, man. It gets me wired. I can't do it.
Yeah, you know what it is, brother? Like, I just, for some reason, I never like to be down.
Yeah.
So I always like to be up. And I already am up. I got plenty of testosterone. But I don't know. It don't make me like that.
You don't get jittery?
No. But I know people
I just get like,
my wife does.
jump out of my skin sometimes.
I know people.
You know what I mean?
I know plenty of people who do it. It's good for your digestion.
No, I love it.
Like
but
Italians
it gives
do
me
it
a
a
little
lot.
anxiety.
Yeah, it does. I know a lot of people it happens to.
And for some, as I get older,
I didn't like coffee when I was younger, though. I need to get older to like it. Iced coffee, not hot coffee.
Coffee used to actually put me to sleep.
It's a stimulant, actually.
Yeah, but I know, but
and I can sleep on it too. I can sleep on it too.
But if I drink coffee anymore,
you'd be flying, huh?
Yeah, I'm swinging at the fences as it is.
Yeah, I am too, bro. I don't need no fucking energy.
Out of work today.
Yeah.
Oh, hey!
You must have to observe patience every day at work, huh? And with your business.
I
well, you enjoy your work, huh?
Yeah, I have a great time.
I noticed all your pictures on Instagram. Yeah, tell them.
Spectacle on Instagram. It's spectacle.Eyewear.
Everyone's always happy.
EYEWARE. Yeah, it's a good time.
Everyone's always smiling.
I have a rock and roll band called Spectacle. #Spectacle comes alive, and you'll see the rest.
Yeah, he has a great Instagram page. I love it.
Or Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation /
my album's on Reverb Nation, my first one.
/ Spectacle Boston. I'll forward it to you. It's great stuff. Throw your headphones on.
I definitely want it. I'll put it on my music list. I got like fucking 1,200 fucking tracks and albums. I still gotta add 2,000 more. Music is never ending for me.
Oh no, yeah, I play music every time.
I can have 3,000, 5,000 tracks that I love. And it just doesn't stop. Like, I just keep remembering song after song. I just keep adding to my playlist. Like a little bit of everything. Hard rock, hard metal, speed metal, hard rap, horrorcore rap. Nothing phony. Nothing pop. All real, emotional, aggressive, like not white privilege music.
Right.
It's an attitude. It's like white people's rap music is like rock and metal.
Yeah.
And even though it's never a color thing with me because there's shitbags in the white color and there's shitbags in every color, but there's great people in every color. Oh, yeah. So I'm a very non-biased person. And that's why I can't stand people that are racist. I'm like, dude, we're all immigrants. Our ancestors come here from fucking Europe, Ireland, Italy, everywhere, all over the place.
Well, again, in real life, I think we'll find that everything that we see on TV is exaggerated and sensationalized because we live in a parallel universe. We have what's happening on TV, and now it's the internet, all this propaganda, and then you have real life. And I find that my real life is much different than what we see on TV. Oh, they want to keep people divided by putting all the propaganda
like
on
soap operas, everything's roses
obvious,
and cherries every day. Like, I can't believe people watch Channel Zero.
And the politicians, people can't subscribe to this right versus left paradigm.
Never.
They're two wings of the same vulture. You got to go into it with that mindset, and then all bets are off. Then you know all about it.
Yeah, don't follow a donkey and an elephant. Follow your heart.
We need to be our own leaders.
Yeah.
See, the problem is people starve for leaders, so they want to feel associated, just like their team.
They want to be, they want to have solidarity and brotherhood. It's just
so it's
but they don't want to earn it. They don't want to earn it.
The fact is that you just be your own self. You don't have to align yourself to have your own identity through a politician or through a sports team.
And sit there and have to agree with something that you don't agree with to keep your job.
Right.
That's phony.
That's the epitome of selling out.
That's a sellout.
If you sell out your body's sovereignty and you
allow
it to happen, if we're allowing that to happen,
I definitely allow that to happen.
Then these people have died in vain. Ironically,
they're selling their souls.
The other day.
They're selling their souls.
It's just we just celebrate Veterans Day, but it's all lip service because the fact is the veterans fought for the reason why we have their autonomy.
I have veterans on my I've had veterans on my podcast.
So in other words,
that went through
don't
IEDs,
be hoodwinked by this bullshit. People
I love veterans. I tell people all the time, you guys have no idea people that die for our freedoms. Other people's too. What's the subject today? Shit, I gotta go Dodgers before. It's just Paul Fox, Stephen Fox, brother. He's a freaking musician since I was a kid, and insane guitar player. Just insanity. There's 3 people watching right now, bro. Live, but plenty of people see this. Like, you're gonna see it. It'll go up. It goes up every day.
Oh, I don't.
It's an everyday thing.
We're just hanging out, brother. It's 2 brothers hanging out from the
Yeah.
same neighborhood.
It's brutally honest. There's nothing scripted. This is the best entertainment people can see.
Oh, God,
Brutally
yeah.
honest.
On Saturday night, this is...
Yeah.
You can't get any...
People that are staying home and not getting in trouble, they're watching.
Right.
They're listening to an inspirational person, a great guitarist.
See, kiddies?
Yeah, look, we're not. Look, there's iced coffee. I got waters over here, too. Yeah, just smoking grass. Yeah, actually. Yeah. See, no, you're not. He's going to take a piss break. Here you go, dude. I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. Like that thing. Not be yourself. Like that up here. I'll give you try that, buddy.
Yeah, let me go use the bathroom for a second.
You got it, buddy. Go ahead, buddy. You got it, brother. You're off.
You're gonna...
I can't see this. I got mixed martial arts on my mind today. Like controlled violence, fucking mindset. It's hard to write a song in that mindset. You gotta kind of be chill. I am chill, but listening to you play chills me out. My hairs go up on my arms and shit. I'm like, guys, you could just tell the people who got the talent on the guitar or any instrument, especially guitar. Guitar stands out more than anything. You gotta have a good drummer too, but a guitar is so important. Someone who understands it, melodies, harmonics, everything. Cliff Burton taught all of Metallica about harmonics and, I forget what he taught them, like changes in song. Like their first 3 albums were incredible. Like it Kill 'Em All Right, like they got better than Master of Puppets was incredible. The changes in those songs, but the first 3 Megadeth albums, Dave Mustaine is a genius. You gotta be in a good mood. That's yellow. Just pass that on. I'm stoked doing that. You're good, man. If it goes out. He's back. This is a treat having Paulie. Listen to Paulie play because he's really, really good. We'll hook you up with Mark Stewart. Mark Stewart, listen to Paulie Fox. I know you know him. He'll be like, that's the guy I knew right there. I think he's taken. I think he's scared. You become a master of flanges, huh?
Say it again?
You became a master of making flanges, huh?
Flanges?
Yeah, like messing with them and like learning like more than most people know about them.
With effects pedals? Yeah,
Flanges,
all your pedals.
I
I got a couple years back, the band is just a guitar and a Marshall and go, just high octane.
Oh yeah.
Like Kiss meets the Ramones. So, that's the shit I
I've
grew up
heard
on.
your stuff.
So
I love
like
it. Yeah.
high energy, blah, blah.
You can tell it's something
at
that gets the
home,
Ramones. I was thinking who else it was. It's the Ramones.
over the past few years, I've started collecting these guitar pedals. And it's funny, my lifestyle is such that I'll get home, I'll take a nap at 9 o'clock at night, and I'll wake up at midnight. And I wake up at midnight and I make these little ambient guitar loops all throughout, between midnight and 3 o'clock, and then I I sent you that link. So I make this little. I go on YouTube and I edit like
You've been
silent movies.
You've been playing guitar since you were what, 5, 6, 7 years old?
Probably since I was about 12.
Yeah, but you've been. Did you have
I've had a guitar since I was 12.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't really
did you
take
have
it
the
seriously until.
Did you have the
Still not.
serious? Did you have the same like this system you have right now? You wake up at 12. How long have you had
So
this
when I
system?
turned 50, which was 4 years ago,
I just turned
said,
50 this past year.
I said, I'm going to do all the things that I want to do now while I can still control my faculties.
You're only halfway through.
Yeah. So when I get home, I'm kind of tired. So, hey, everybody, blah, blah, blah. And I take a nap on my massage chair for like a couple of hours, my 2-hour nap. And then I wake up at around 11 or midnight. And then I play music until 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's fucking awesome, bro.
You still got
that. I love your fucking passion for music, bro.
I
love music too.
I don't know where
No, listen, honestly, music got me through some of the toughest times in my younger childhood.
Yeah.
I didn't have fun. When my mother bought me that big bird, I just listened to music. And I'd be happy.
You gotta have music.
I played sports all day.
I mean, people have a thing. It could be.
Well, I played sports during the day, but I listened to music. I remember I went and bought Kiss Alive too. I was listening to 8 tracks, The Doors, Queen, The Day Parade.
I just hate when the girl says, "Really?"
Oh shit! Yeah,
Kiss Alive too.
Kiss Alive
so,
too.
All the pictures that you see at the store, you will never see people smiling. The pictures I take of customers. When I sing to them during that, I say, point your right finger at me, and I sing out, "You pull the trigger of my."
But you know what? You know what's good about that? That's no like hair band music that you're playing or singing. That's fucking like real fucking rock. And it's not like Poison or Cinderella. Like that's not. This kid's raw. This guy.
Too bad we can't put up a tune right now from Spectacle the band on the.
You can do whatever you want, bro. I can.
Can you put it on?
How do you know how to do it, bro?
No, I don't know. I don't know that.
Now hold on. What do you want me to do? Like, hold on. I can put on a YouTube. Is it on YouTube? Because I can put it right on the Wi-Fi speaker.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'll do it for you right now.
It's on Google.
I got Google. I got everything. I got iPhone.
Type in Reverb Nation /Spectacle Boston.
What do you want me to do?
How about Reverb Nation?
Reverb Nation. Okay.
/Spectacle Boston.
Reverb Nation /
Yep. Spectacle. Actually, no I. It's go back a little bit. TACLE.
SPECTA.
The T is good right there. Specta. That's TA.
TA.
Yeah. CLE.
CLE.
/ just Boston.
All right, Boston. Watch this.
Are we gonna order a pizza or something?
You hungry, buddy? I would have if I knew you were hungry, my wife's Italian, bro, like full.
Is it good cook?
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? But I'm on a intermediate fast the last 44 months, so.
Yeah, I'll get something later.
No. I didn't know. I wish you would have said something. I wish you would have said something. Jesus Christ.
Who wants to bring some food over?
Well, I would have want the limos or something. Well, you could. Dude, I would have my wife make you a fucking. I would have had her make a fucking thing. Next time you come, I'll have her make you I'll make her a homemade fucking meal. You'll have a big homemade meal the next time you come. You're gonna come back on. So what one? Right here.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's your logo, right? So that's your brand, right?
Yeah.
You got that copyrighted and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Cool, bro. Because people don't realize you can make a brand. Someone can copyright for $200, and then you're buying it back for $1 million.
Show the viewers.
Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I can do it like this. Watch this. I'm gonna bring that down too. The Spectacle. I highly recommend these guys because this kid is insane, and he's loved rock and roll since probably younger than I was loving rock and roll. I love this since I was young. So you want me to play this, right? I want to play it. So I want you to play along with it and sing with it. But just don't go too loud because my wife will stop bitching. No, she won't bitch because you know why? You're so good, they ain't gonna bitch. That's the thing. You're so good. That's the.
Don't get too far with that.
No, you're not too loud. You were doing good. You weren't too loud, Paulie, at all. You weren't too loud at all, brother. My wife likes good music.
You know that one? Strata!
Plus, I love Strata. I love all the Gene songs. What one do you want me to put on?
How about
all music?
Temporary.
Oh, Temporary.
This is how we open our show. It's a little high octane. We did this Kiss Alive style.
This sounds like Kiss. Oh yeah.
With the crowd. We added the crowd.
That's it.
No, that's perfect.
That's pretty good. That's just like Kiss it over.
Live in the studio, we just played our set. We just go back and do the vocals. No, I'm just saying.
Sounds good. When you play it with that, it sounds even better. You can tell who you inspired. Okay. That's fire. That's insane. Good job, Paulie, man. That was awesome, brother. That was awesome, brother.
What else do we have on here?
We have.
This is the Paul Stanley. This goes back to Paul Stanley's solo album.
I want to hear it.
Remember this one?
Hold on. What song is that?
From Paul Stanley's solo.
It's not Dynasty?
It's from the solo album.
Paul Stanley. I don't know how to keep Stanley. I want to be catching up on Stanley. He's a great musician. Let's get those names too. He's not the I've seen great epic stuff. It's a pleasure to listen. too. Did you give me permission to do it?
Say it one more time.
Did they give you permission?
Do what?
Some of them do that.
How did they review that we
I heard something like that. You people listening like to one of the best guitarists I've ever heard, and I've seen the best guitarists on this planet. I've seen incredible musicians live. This guy.
We all have our style.
I'm serious, though. Really good. Guys ain't enjoying this. You don't know music. I'm not putting you down out there. I'm not putting you down.
It's a Thin Lizzy tune.
Thin
It's a good one.
Thin Lizzy's got that. I'm not even Bruce Taylor. He's really good.
It's been a while since I played this one. You might remember the chorus of this one.
I do. I've heard this song before. I've heard some of your beat songs before, though. I've heard this before your music. And I just pick up, or I remember it, too. I was saying to Bell, though, I go, he was inspired by Ace Frehley, fucking who was Ramon.
We have What's on Your Mind? We played Ace Frehley on this. You remember What's on Your Mind?
Ace Frehley's one of my favorites, too, bro. Still to this day.
Oh, yeah. He's the reason why he picked up the guitar.
I love Ace Frehley. I see kids, I see solo Ace Frehley. You see him at the Paradise. What place is there? Right in front of him.
That was the first.
It's like Anthem, you know what I mean? It's a good place to see him.
Oh, Paradise is great.
200 people.
It's like Guns N' Roses in Paradise. But I can't stand it anymore.
You know what? I didn't like it in the jungle. I didn't like that.
His voice is like a cat
was a
in
good
a
song.
tub with water and then throw the
That first album was good.
It just didn't stand the test of time.
No, it doesn't stand the test of time.
Nirvana's way fucking overrated.
Nirvana, listen, Nirvana's Teen Scaler sucks.
By the
Boom sucks, but
better.
all Nirvana's cover songs and comics, he made those songs better. I swear to God, he was fucking good. But I was in the speed metal way. I never got in the Nirvana a little bit. Because Kurt was like in the punk rock. That wasn't grunge, that was punk rock. That's what people don't understand. No, it's not grunge. They're all inspired by punk rock. Like, fucking flannel shirts doesn't mean fucking grunge. Punk rock is an attitude. Sex testing. I'm a body. I'm not an animal.
I know. That's when music was dangerous and a little scary. That's what appealed to me. When I saw the records, like the other than band, the
that
better.
song was when
Ramones, Dead Boys, when I saw the
the
covers
Ramones
of
are
that
so
stuff, I
talented.
saw these covers of the Jam. That's what I like. The uglier the better. They were scary. It was a little dangerous. The first was like Kids and Narratives and the Stones. And those guys were kind of ugly too, and I love that. Uglier the better. But
I like the
as soon
Stones
as
a lot,
Punk
too.
and the Dead Boys and all that stuff,
Oh, you love the
forget about it.
Stones. I remember you
I
loved the
was
Stones.
still thinking.
Yeah, I was saying, kids. Hold on. I love Alice Cooper, too.
Yeah, Alice Cooper was one of my first albums I bought with my own money.
I seen the Constrictor
Alice
Claw.
Cooper.
Constrictor Claw.
I saw that too.
That was good. With Motorhead and shit. Except I think may have backed them up. Or Motorhead.
I saw him with Accept
Yeah,
back
3
them up.
times. I
Oh,
did
yeah,
3
yeah.
times. So I seen them, a bunch of people back them up. Alice is good. I seen Ozzy at the fucking bottom with Shouting the Devil, Molly Cooper.
Yeah, I saw
The
that
first
too.
2 albums of Molly
That's
Cooper was
the first
good.
we saw
That
that.
was real Molly Cooper. Dana
I
Payne
slept
was
through that
horrible.
whole show.
You slept through the whole show? Dude, me and Claudio and Valdo was Goody and Bergie
Paul
and
Cassetti,
Pelco.
what's happening with that kid? You see that kid at all?
I slapped him and
Cassetti,
Monica Cassiac around, and they ratted me up the next day. Cops came and got me because I slapped them both around. This is back in the early 90s or late 80s.
What was that?
Because I was collecting money for my a mentor that was a bookie.
Yeah.
And they had the money.
Yeah.
I just got out on bail for another thing. And they were looking for the money, and they said something stupid like smack them on head, carry my dog, so I got the everybody got kids that was awesome. They have no idea. Right, Sonic. You had to be fair to respect it. You're an average fucking Joe. It was. Had to be tough. What do you use your brain for? That's tight. That's tight. That's I don't know if you guys hear this good by air and we're right on time. On point is everything. You're more than professional. I put my guests on a pedestal, but it's for a reason. I'm not just saying it. I never give people credit unless it's deserved. That's why I call you to have you on, because I respect you. You follow your passions. That's what I do. Don't make someone else quit. Make yourself quit. Whatever. I bet whatever you want. But do the right thing. Your soul is that's how I felt when I played bass all
So we recorded this a couple years back. We went live in the studio, New Alliance, banged out a couple of tunes.
You guys sound incredible.
Banged out 16 tunes in
now
2 hours.
I know why you don't like Nirvana, because you guys sound 10 times freaking better. That's why you don't like them. And you know what? Nirvana's not one of my favorite bands.
It's a good album, but
Bleach was better. The album before in Utero was good. Hey, never mind. Like Teen Spirit was. It was just repetitive. It's repetitive over and over and over. But Kurt Cobain, you got to admit, when he found Dave Grohl, that's his seventh drummer, it all fell. In Bloom, and I didn't like any of those songs.
It's a great album.
On MTV.
I've listened to
I liked all the songs that you couldn't.
Guns N' Roses. I listened to Nirvana over Guns N' Roses.
And Alice in Chains, and those only bands. I didn't like Pearl Jam. I didn't like Pearl Jam. I love Stone Temple Pilots. I like Stone Temple Pilots.
But I didn't even
Alice in Chains and Nirvana. Those are the only three.
I still love.
And I'm sorry. There's one more. Soundgarden. I like Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Why do you think that guy killed Chris
I
Cornell?
don't think
he sounded. I heard like Prince, the same thing happened to Prince, right?
These guys didn't kill themselves.
How good was Prince on guitar?
Or they're in the
how good was Prince on
protection
How
program.
underrated was Prince on guitar? Yeah. I heard he was
insane. I wasn't too familiar with the stuff.
I've heard him do leads, and I was like blown away. I'm thinking this guy's a pop singer, and he's playing leads like better than some of the fucking lead guitars that I love. Like he could hold his own with a guitar.
What did you do to get a stream on this thing?
What do you mean a stream, bud? This is streaming right now.
Right.
See live.
You just go to the YouTube channel. You can just go.
You use different apps. StreamYard. You can use what's free, or you could buy and get like more stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. You get more hours. They've been good with me. I never run out of time. I do 3-hour things. I cover fights. I have people on. You're like my 20th guest. Yeah.
I'm going to go back. I was starting to watch some of it. I'm going to watch.
You can watch this for the next 20 years. But you're going to come back, Paulie.
Oh, yeah.
Once I do really good, like get like 1 million subscribers and making a huge monetization
Call me up.
money.
Hey, I ain't know.
No, well, I'll have you back and I'll be fucking.
I just had a very busy day at the store, so
we're not gonna go crazy. We're not gonna go crazy today. I didn't expect
you want to have a crazy sale with me? Who wants to have a midnight sale with me?
What's that, brother?
Who wants to have a midnight sale with me? Hey, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I want my mask on.
Don't be scared to death. STD.
Don't be scared. Leave the high people. N201.
Straight as
Great reset.
Not bad for a fucking white kid from fucking Southwest Quincy, huh? I only could play guitar because I used to play Stairway to Heaven when I was like 15. And I played bass and I played a little guitar. It's the only reason I could play a little bit. I'm playing a little bit. What he plays is a whole different level. No. There's levels to this shit.
It's just everybody has it.
No, you're good. Paul, I remember you were playing when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Considering how long I had a guitar, I should be a virtuoso. But
you are a virtuoso.
No,
you're really good.
You gotta get out of that.
Let me ask you something. Your band members ever
I played metal in the 80s, but I can't even.
Do your band members ever complain about you, boy? I don't think so.
No, I always had a good band.
You had good bands. You had a great band.
But I'm mainly like a singer guitar.
Well, that's the most talented ones, in my opinion.
And then I like this lo-fi shit.
You could start on that if you want to. If you want to look at any of your songs. I love it. There's your whole playlist right there.
You know, we're starting to play Sky High. You might recognize this one. This is like from the 70s. You might recognize the story.
I don't remember.
This is a hit in 1975.
I was going to say, I've heard this before. I know this.
Always a free download. Reverb Nation / Spectacle Boston. Always a free download.
Absolutely. Help him out because he's so good. He don't need no help, but you might want to just listen to him because he's really good. The whole band's good. You're a 70s, 80s guy. That was like maybe 70s, 80s, 90s.
Graduated high school in 85.
And that music will not be good for you, just like y'all. It might be good for you. Like you said, it stands the test of time. That's the important thing about music. That's good. I think we do like a second. Really good. some theories
What else we have?
about life. And that's a great thing. Because people
Just
use
have
your
to have
brain
an
out there.
open mind. Keep
Yeah,
an open
you gotta
mind.
use
to
your
everything.
brain out there. You gotta use your brain out there.
Keep an open mind.
Our
to
bodies are
everything.
here to carry our brains. People don't realize that.
Oh, you like Kiss, right?
I love Kiss.
Here we go. You ready?
Seen them live.
You
Second or third row.
You like
Cal
this
Gucci
one?
on my shoulders.
This is some hot and shade, baby.
You know, I think I've heard that they sang before. Yeah, I know. Stop. You sound like Ace more than Paul.
Ace does this shit.
Yeah, I know. Ace. I love listening to Ace songs.
Ace is like,
Ace and G. Those two singers. I prefer them over Paul. But Paul is
Paul,
yeah. You gotta have him. You can't have this without Paul. But you can't have without Gina Ace too. Gina Ace is very important.
during the band time, I didn't like these things. I like the solo. I love the solo.
Goose, you like Goose?
Oh no, they're great.
I just
Paul
Black
Stanley.
Diamond. Yeah, there's certain ones that but the songs Gene sang
I like Dr. Love.
I'm not talking about the solo. I'm talking about
Wait.
I was just I don't know, like Goose. You know, that Goose is a woman band.
I have a cover with Goose on here. We're gonna play it after. Check it out.
Yeah, and like Shock Me,
Johnny better run!
Cold Cherry, Shock Me. That's Ace.
Oh yeah. I like this little. With nothing more.
Check out Spectacle, people. Spectacle. Definitely no amateurs. They're fucking really good. I wouldn't say that if I didn't need it.
Let's go! Woo!
Holy.
We were in an after-school program together, and we were in the same band. And we were in the same band, and he was like a little kid with a cute little nose, maybe a little lisp, but that's okay. I stuttered.
I did that.
Yeah.
They say I had to put my teeth together when I was saying that.
Yeah, no, I remember all of that. And your little whiffle, long little whiffle, and you got out of the fucking van. And I remember because the insurance, the TN insurance building has been there forever. So in my mind,
right here,
So seeing that now.
Now, when was this? When we were in
elementary?
elementary?
This is like mid-70s, probably 75.
You're talking about rec during the summer?
Something like after school, something.
Or was it rec during the summer?
It could have been from YMCA, whatever it was, we were in the same band. Yeah.
I kind of remember this somehow. When you said that,
you were a little younger.
It triggered.
I remember it.
Oh, yeah. I know.
That's a lasting memory. I don't know why. It's that building. It's still there.
Yeah, it is.
Is it too loud for the people?
You're doing fine.
Are you keeping hot?
No,
Oh, I mean,
no, they did.
did they hear us talking?
I was going to bring out all the fucking microphones and shit, but I didn't think you wanted We're like cheap rhythm and so forth.
Robert kicked out. I'm glad I rhythm. I don't
Yeah, he's good too. Both sound good together. Compliment each other, you know? You guys sound good together. I think that's ball guys. Well, they've been playing together for a You got a pretty good following, right? Like, you got a lot of shows. You got a lot of shows, right?
in the short amount of time, yeah. In the past 8 years, we did a lot of shows in a short amount of time. 8 years, a long time. Piece them together.
And you were doing obscure shows in your one night too. That's pretty cool.
When I turned 40, 14 years ago, I said, I'm going to put a band back together. I put together a high school buddy who played drums. And we played for a little while, and then I just continued to do it for a while. We had a little fun because we had a little, with a name like Spectacle. It's not just like old guys jeans t-shirt. Spectacle it's a spectacle. I hired 7-foot drag queens to dance on the southern stage. I come his girlfriend to play hula. You can see all that shit. Spectacle comes alive. Hashtag Spectacle comes alive on the Instagram. You'll get a taste of the band. And it's not just old guys with jeans and t-shirts.
No.
This is the Atlantic from Boston. Remember the song?
Yeah, man.
You might know the song.
The Boston music scene is so like all over the place.
Yeah.
Aerosmith, like, you know.
I like the local band.
Yeah. Underground and shit, you know. Yeah.
I was a roadie for the Outlets when I was 14 years old, Boston band. It was a Boston band called the Outlets, and they're fucking amazing.
We were talking about them earlier.
Well, one of the guys went on to start Dropkick Murphys, Chris Barton.
Oh, that's right.
So this band, the Outlets.
I know
From
that.
around
I've met you, right.
1980 to about 85 was their real heyday. And, but the early 80s was big ass.
Dropkick Murphys.
Outlets.
I like that song, Ship It Up to Boston. That's a good song. That's a good Boston song. What's he, a bass player in the singer?
Let's Tim Casey.
Yeah, they're good band too. They have some good songs. Well, you keep going and you're going to even have more success than you're doing. One of these days, you've already done, I know. So that's the best thing about it. You do it down to others. That's what I'm telling you. It's a passion for you. You're going to make it. I'm telling you, one day you're going to get a fucking offer that you just can't refuse. They're going to ask you to become an album. They're going to pay you to do it. Listen, I got paid every show I did, 25 shows, and guys that were rapping for 10, 15 years, they go, I'd hand them like $120. They go, what's this for? I got $800, $1,000 for the show because I got, 40% of the alcohol sales, an hour before, prior, hour during, hour after the show. We brought 150 people in there. Fucking establishments go out buy a fucking booze. They're making money off that. So we're gonna get 40% of that 3 hours. They couldn't believe it. I'm like, well, maybe you can hire me to fucking, get your fucking shows and get your name. I don't think anyone should pay music and not get paid. But I did it for free. I would do it for free too. So
Oh yeah.
I had no problem. But I'm the business.
Once it becomes work, it's not fun anymore.
If I had fun and I still made money, you gotta come from that. And I know you. Rap is totally different. You guys are definitely that. There ain't no band making music like this, though. No? I don't know. Do you know of any new big bands like this? Other than Tool? Like, Tool's probably one of the only really good, sophisticated bands I've heard since the 2000s. I haven't listened to any new music. I listen to old stuff. I just think those times were so special for music. 70s, 80s, and 90s were insane. Well, 70s and 80s most of all. And every band's time was in the 70s and 80s. They don't get realized. Like the bands I love, those ones, like original Slayer, original Megadeth, original
How about
Metallica.
Merciful Fate?
Oh, yeah, I see King Diamond. I see them with his solo, but Merciful Fate are insane.
It's a pop song.
Hey, I'm not trying to get to his fucking, do you sing his songs? How about his? He's
hard
harder than Judas Priest.
I feel like I'm in a club. I can't. Tonight the circles meeting again.
He has those fucking
He's a little too high.
King Diamond is insane.
That album, Don't Break the L, kicked out.
Well, you know what? They had King Diamond and a couple other members of Merciful Fate. Metallica or Megadeth or Slayer in the last couple of years. They had them up there because they love Merciful Fate that much.
Yeah.
They played all their Merciful Fate songs. It was pretty incredible to watch them all together like that. King Diamond is so respected by all the fucking rock classes. Like Metallica turned into a completely different
Oh, yeah,
album. No, there'll never be a thing. Same with Megadeth.
I actually lost interest
Same
in
with
Metallica
Slayer.
after Blind Lightning.
No, after Master Puppet,
After
Master
Master Puppet.
I never even heard that album.
Master Puppet was up.
And that's one of their well-known
If you
albums.
like Ride the Lightning, good love that. Injustice for All wasn't even that. It was the back album that it wasn't Metallica. You could tell it was all like
Very thin.
Hollywood. Or it was then like, not one that they probably was too fucked up to even play it that aggressive. Because it takes a lot to play aggressive like that. To play music like that, you gotta be physical. You gotta use a lot of energy. And if they were all like David Mercedes shooting dope in every show, like every day, and going out there and fucking killing it. All of them were doing dope. I guess they all thought like Jimi Hendrix was, oh, he's gonna do dope if he's dead. I think some musicians believe in that. With that though, it's fair. I think Booze and Drugs, I think really made some epic music because of it. Epic music was made because of drugs and alcohol.
Well, it's like Aerosmith, how young they were when they were making Poison in the Attic and Rock. And it's like,
Dude,
in their mid-20s.
those are my favorite albums. Night in the Ruts.
Oh, I love Night in the Ruts too.
That's what
They're all
you
under their kids.
Joe Perry and
Wild.
Steve Tyler were fucking wild.
One of my favorite albums of all time is Live Bootleg. People know
I love Aerosmith. Old Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
None of that loving an elevator shit. I'm talking about Chiquita, Night in the shit you're talking about.
Yeah.
The
There's some
whole
good
shit.
tunes on that Rock and Hot Place, but it's Night in the Ruts been down.
Yeah.
It's
Up in the cell, whatever. That's Poison in the Attic, I mean. Oh, this is good. the truth about her.
Oh, it's a free download. Spectacle Boston, Reverb Nation.
Salute. Stop.
I'm going to be a roast beef sandwich soon.
We're going to go over the I love you this song. Now the haircut. I haven't sang these songs since like the early 80s, late 70s. This is slow fucking classic right now. People have no idea. I know, we have no clue. No one was like Kiss ever with the bass on it. No one. It's insane. Still. You guys are doing it. I wish I could play the bass. Shut up. Shut up. You guys nailed it. You guys are fucking. I need a break from something. You can do that. I'm a water guy all day long too. When I drink coffee, I drink the water right with it. So I don't get dehydrated. Coffee,
Oh, yeah.
I drink a gallon. So let me ask you something with the glasses and everything. Is there certain times of year that are busier than others? Obviously, because I'm business 101. I got a associate's degree in business management, and I was pretty good problem solver in the Sandhogs 7 water tunnels and other projects with laborers, unions, when there wasn't no tunnel work.
Yeah.
But how was it? Because I'm building up like 5, 6, 7 different businesses right now. I'm wondering, you said you went to school and you liked it and it just clicked and you enjoyed it. It was enjoyable.
I never went to school for it at all. I was an apprentice.
All right.
Yeah,
you were an apprentice.
I dropped out of high school.
I'm
didn't
saying
drop out of high school when
for
I
the
did. I
glasses.
wouldn't be where I am
For the
today.
glasses.
The glasses I apprenticed.
You fell into that, right?
Yeah, I kind
you
of fell
just
into
fell into your lap, right?
My mother saw an ad in the Patriot Ledger.
Your mother was smart.
I started
saying
making
that
glasses and I stuck with it.
I bet you she said, you know what? He'll stick with us.
So
So let me ask you some. Like, what kind of glasses do you sell? Let the people know what kind of glasses you sell.
Actually, I designed my own frames. I have my own collection of
like
frames.
classic.
Nothing with any branding
custom,
all over it.
Custom.
Well, it's not. I'm in the South End, 505 Tremont Street, for those paying attention.
Tremont's a good street.
505 Tremont, right near a few theaters, some restaurants. But even though I'm there, I like to say I only look expensive. But you can check out my reviews on Yelp and Google.
I know he's a fair guy, so yeah. But I would say he's fair.
Any friend of the Neil's, though, come in and I'll hook you up.
Yeah, say in the granite. Bobby Nizzo, yeah.
You can check us out on Instagram.
I was going to say, I haven't heard Nilzo since 6th grade. He's got
me Spectacle.Eyewear, Spectacle.Eyewear. for more fun and games. But
please, people, check him out. His Instagram pages are pretty cool too. Like everyone's just happy every night. You never see someone misery. There's misery loves company people out there, and they have no
you might
lives.
enjoy my feed.
You will like his positive energy. He's a good guy, man. And I haven't seen him in years, but we've communicated over online. You know, that's what's good about online. You can talk to people you haven't talked to in years.
Right, there are some benefits to that.
There are some benefits, but there should be consequences when people talking shit online. I want to reach through and do a bad thing and do a screen. You know what I say to people? I say, check my records. Check out what you want to see the violence on my record. You really want to deal with that? I used to have to do my homework on people, like my enemies. And I know what they would come with a gun, what they were going to come fight. So I come with my pistol, like, you know, if I knew, but I come and fight. I like to fight. Like, you know, back in those days, I mean, 80s and 90s.
In those days.
Yeah. I would never take shit. I just would never take shit. I can't. We had a crazy fucking generation. Our generation. Your brother.
The last is kind of
your
crazy.
brother. Yeah, we were a crazy generation. Our generation was nuts.
Steven's mellowing out a little bit.
Oh yeah, we all mellowed out.
When's the last time you saw Steven?
Yeah, once. It was probably around, honestly, about 8-9 years ago. I was waiting for my prescription to Stop and Shop. My OxyContins. I got 44 months off all those pain meds that was prescribed, but I seen him walk up and I couldn't believe it. He had a round face. He's always been lean and mean his whole life, like always trained hard. I never seen him heavy before. But he's not fat,
no.
but just heavy for him.
Husky.
Heavy for him.
Right.
Because he was always like lean, all muscle. And he just had that big smile. It was good to see him, actually. I go, fuck, so he gained a lot of weight. And meanwhile, I'm training a fucking plus bonds too. So I'm like, just put it on him. And he's like, he looks.
My goal right now is to put
he's a good
myself in
kid.
the best physical shape.
Yeah, you look like you. Yeah, you look like you're taking care of yourself,
Yeah,
brother. You
definitely.
do. You don't look unhealthy to me, dude. I know people 40 years old and younger than you.
Oh, I know. They look like
horrible. They look horrible, bro. Like when I shave, like I look like I'm fucking in my 20s. I don't know where I get it from. My father.
We actually
looks
resemble.
young.
I think we resemble each other a little.
We do. We do a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do. We do definitely. Yeah, growing up when I had a mullet, I kind of designed it after yours. When I see yours, you had a really good fucking perfect mullet. I just want to keep it a little shorter on the sides and the top than he did, but I want it as long as him in the back.
That's fucking hilarious.
I made it go on the middle of my back. Then I started getting flat tops on the tights. It was just easier to take care of. And no one could grab the hair that way. You know what I mean?
The mullets.
If you grab someone's hair and you walk backwards, you have total leverage. They can't do shit.
I started using a curling iron to get it really tall.
That's what I'm saying. I would have to do too much shit to get keep my hair perfect. I walk around with a brush on my fucking Levi's jeans jacket.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I know. In retrospect, obviously it's goofy, but that's what kids do.
Well, we were teenagers. Yeah. And you know what? We're getting women and shit. So what the fuck? Why not? Women love those. The long
Oh yeah.
It's crazy in the 70s.
I used to, in the mid '80s, '84. I had a heavy metal band called True Steel with some of the guys with some of the guys from Jerry's Kids. We started a band after we got all tired of hardcore. We got into metal and we started a band called True Steel.
So no more.
And we used to play at Celebrations, right?
Celebrations.
We played Celebrations and played heavy metal nights and blah blah blah. And once I had a girlfriend, we used to practice every single night. That's how it was. We practiced every night. We were tighter than tight.
That's what you need.
But one night we had to do it because we took it seriously. But one night, I woke up to my equipment being left on my porch. They kicked me out of my own band. I'm like, what the fuck? They kicked me out of my own band because I blew off band practice like once or twice. I'm like, what are you talking about?
If you are like an asset to the band, once or twice.
But that's the point. That's how serious we took it. And in retrospect, we're like, what are you talking about?
I guess, you know what? You had to take it serious you have to take anything really serious. But that is a little fucking
That was a little too far.
Come on.
wake up with my
yeah,
equipment on. In
yeah,
retrospect,
that's going.
I should be
that's
really
going
pissed off
way
at those
too
guys,
far.
but they're still my friends.
Yeah, you're a better man than me. I would have went in there with my guitar, start swinging at my fucking head. I would have, man. Like, you're a better man than me. I think your brother would have too. Steven had some balls. He was younger. He's a tough kid.
He's angry.
He's a tough kid, yeah. And he could go.
We used to beat the shit out of each other when we were.
Oh, I know you guys. Oh, I know you guys.
like.
You know what? I said that to my little brother. I go, I know all my friends and their brothers used to kill each other. I never heard you in my life.
Oh, yeah,
I go, you're so fucking lucky.
How
He
how
always
many years
respects
younger?
me. He's always giving me respect.
How much?
5, 6 years.
Years younger than
6
you,
or
yeah.
7 years. Yeah, my mother had twins with a different father. Their father owned Eddie's Motor and Eddie's Diner.
Oh, okay,
that?
yeah.
Their father. And he's a good guy. He died when my mother was 3 months pregnant with them.
Oh, wow.
In
Really?
his sleep.
Oh, wow.
Right at the hotel. Right at the hotel.
Where are the kids now?
My brother and sister grew up around here. My brother and my mother and my stepfather Clay used to live right next door here.
Huh.
And my sister had 2 kids, and she did 3 years a day for a bank robbery.
Oh, really?
She thought she was me doing armed robberies and shit.
Oh, boy.
I did armed robberies when I was 17 and 18. I mean, I was a teenager. But I was upstate when I was 19 in Concord, and then again for selling coke at 23 till 25. I got lucky. I had Don McClair, Bob Arnaz as my adult intensive probation officers at 13, 14, and 15. I had really good lawyers that said I had all this potential. I was a product of my environment. They said, you have all this potential, Robbie. You're a handsome kid. You're an athletic person. Every time we send you away for a month, you look like 1,000,000%. You look like what you could be.
Yeah.
Like what you could...
what was the key point trajectory where you thought, like,
honestly,
in what direction?
Honestly, well, prison makes you a better criminal and a worse, fucking more violent person.
Before that, though, what was...
I didn't have a father growing up.
I was just
my mother
drank.
My mother did drugs, but it wasn't that she was a neglectful mother.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
She just she had a lot of bad luck, and my father wasn't no help to my mother's, and I noticed that, and that gave me an attitude. I see my aunt and my uncle divorce.
Yeah.
And I seen everyone go to Pittsburgh.
Who's that? What aunt and uncle?
My aunt and uncle. My aunt and uncle were best friends with the Balducci's mother and father, Jane and Noel.
Okay.
That's who sent for me and my mother was my Aunt Becky from Pittsburgh. I was born in Pittsburgh. So was my Aunt Becky that lived there. She was a nurse at Quincy City Hospital when I was Quincy City Hospital for 20 years. And my uncle was a pilot for Eastern Airlines and a pro golfer. Yeah. He's still alive, George Plant. They own that triple decker down there near the what's that called? The monument.
Okay.
On Tabor there, on the corner of Tabor and Liberty, right there at the stop sign. The triple decker. There's only one of them. And then they own the house right across from Noel and the Balducci's on Columbia. They bought a single family there, and that house caught on fire. And then they ended up divorcing, and me and my mother stayed here because they gave us, the apartment there really cheap when they sold the house. That was part of the deal. Let us live there. And then we moved to Bruce Corner when I was like 11 years old. And they took sports out of fucking my first year in junior high. And that's when I became fucking rebellious. So
yeah.
You know what I did. I sold drugs like I was a corner boy in a fucking 11 teen going on 20 fucking 3. You know what I mean? 14, 15 going on fucking 30.
Nice.
And I was dealing with all adults every fucking day, 1,000 times a day, making all kinds of money. 50 other fucking 3, 4, 5 year older kids than me. And I all and I was working for older guys than them. You know what I mean? I had protection. But then when I got older, I became like the toughest guy out of even the older guys that were around me. It was a strange transition in my life. It was weird. But you know what, Paulie? When I smartened up was when I asked God for a fucking in my first state bid. I said, listen, I don't want one of these head games brought that I always had. These guys that play head games and shit. Just fuck, bullshit. I wanted an angel in my life that I didn't listen to my mother. I didn't listen to anybody. I needed a girl that I would listen to.
Right.
Stay me in the right direction. She did. God gave me her. Balducci and her went out when they were teenagers.
Oh, really?
They weren't going out for 2 years, and she picked me up in prison the day I got out with my mother, and we ended up hooking up.
That's nice.
In '92, and yeah, we had my daughter was born, and that changed my whole perspective on life. I didn't. I seen a whole. I never thought I'd live till 30. I was like partying in the 80s like a rock star. I had so much coke and like the people like that and sold. I made so much money, and I spent so much money on my friends with cocaine. The rich man's gospel back in the 80s, you know. And then the 90s, I started getting it really cheap, really good, and selling it a lot more, you know what I mean, for myself instead of other people. And I got caught doing that, and then I come out and had a really good job making a lot of money in the union, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to sell drugs anymore, you know what I mean? So that was a good thing. I think everything went my way, kind of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Still
You know what I
right?
mean? Yeah. Oh,
Still,
well,
yeah.
I made a, dude.
Especially when you say you didn't think you were going to make it past.
Well, I got 17, but I got 20 years in the sale. I did 5 years at Fairlease, making them one there. Working part time, 3 nights a week after school.
I remember
6th, 7th grade.
I remember around that time. I walked in that place looking to get a job. I walked in. And I think I walked out.
Yeah, they loved me in there. There was Jamaican people in there working. There was Spanish. They were all good people, though. I liked working. I'd sell them all.
Hard workers are hard workers.
I'd sell them pot. They'd all buy pot from me and shit. So I got a good retirement coming. I'm financially secure when I get disability. I didn't want disability. My doctors made me go. They said I wouldn't be walking 10 years ago. 10 years from now,
from the accident?
Like right now, and they said you're getting worse every day. Your spine, when you land on your head, every disc is going in a different direction. People complain.
Is he chiropractor and all?
No, I don't. Check it out. I stretch every day when I train. I train like a savage. You only see 10, 15 minutes of it. You don't see the other hour, 45 minutes. I train. I go into dark places when I train. I put my headphones in and just let the fucking every different type of music play on my playlist. I'm gonna add your fucking album to it. Is there anything else you would like to promote that you're doing? Do you have any projects coming up, Paul? Anything other than the Instagram and your glasses business? And
check out my I make ambient soundtracks in the middle of the night between midnight and 3 a.m. where I make these little guitar loops. And
on YouTube, right?
No, not on YouTube, on Instagram. And I'll tell you the thing. Where I make these little guitar loops, but I piece them or edit them together with silent movies. So it's kind of eerie, whatever. But check out P Loves Effects. It's PLUVSFX. He loves effects. And you might be interested in it. If you like a little noise.
Check them out. I highly recommend this man. He's a good man. I can honestly say he's a good man, and I would not say he's a good man if he was a good man. I never have a shitty human being on my podcast. It's always someone I respect for some reason. He was always a good guy growing up. He was older, could have been an asshole, never was. Always a gentleman. Ever since I remember him the same way I did when I was a young kid. Not a young kid, but we were young. We were young. We were young enough. I was. You were a little older, but not much. 3 years older, 4 years older, ain't much.
I'm 54.
Yeah, but that ain't much, though. 4 years difference.
Right.
I hung around Eddie Silva. He's 20 years. 20
if I was 8, probably when I say we're in the band, I could have been 8 and you were probably 5.
Yeah.
Right? You're 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, like Bell Dooch, my best man. He was my best man at our running. Imagine that. He went out with her. He did a 20-minute speech.
It's a long time. I've been here for 28 years.
Yeah, 30 years. And he has a good girl, a good daughter, and a beautiful girlfriend.
I'm glad he's keeping it together, too.
Yeah, Johnny's doing good. Johnny's done good. He lives in Quincy Point. Quincy Point near the Dairy Queen down there before the bridge. Going in the Weymouth right there. So that's Quincy Point. Quincy's a big city. People are in it. It's 13 boroughs.
Oh, yeah.
Big city. Boston's what? 10, 11 boroughs. I love those harmonics. Harmonics are when he's just raising his finger across the string and he's picking at it. He's not putting too much pressure on the strings. It's all picking.
thinking.
Metallica uses that method too on Master of Puppets. Hit Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning was an epic album.
Oh yeah.
I love Ride the Lightning.
We had tickets to see them at the channel with Wasp and Armored Saint, and somehow
You didn't get to see
Metallica didn't
the
play.
channel?
They didn't get to play because somebody didn't have it was something to do with something happened where Metallica didn't play, but Wasp kicked ass.
I see him with the Monsters of Rock. We were front row. Me and down goes follow me. Down the night, they follow me to the front row. Then I see him like third row, walk West Essential, third row. Seen him at the Providence Civic Center on the Clifton Mall tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seen them front row. They were fucking. That was their prime. They were playing all the old shit. They weren't playing a lot of the new stuff. And that was before the Black Album. I never seen them during the Black Album.
No.
I never seen Megadeth after their third album. I never seen like Slayer after South Avenue and Rain and Blood. Like, you know what I mean? I was into the hardcore shit like you.
Right.
The really aggressive shit. You see Creator, Testament, like Overkill, Metal Church, Anthrax. I seen MOD, SOD, the singer of Billy Milano.
I was trying to get into like power pop at that time.
What's power? What's that?
Like power pop, like Cheap Trick.
I like
Stuff like
Cheap Trick. I like Cheap Trick. Daddy's alright, mommy's alright, just leave me away. Surrender. He had that Chucky guitar, the guitarist.
Oh yeah. Any feedback going on the thing here?
Yeah. I remember Goody used to love that.
Goody.
He died.
I know. Lived by the sword.
Dude, he stabbed Claudio out here, right? I just fell asleep at 4:30. I had my first show that night. Michelle goes, Rob. Yeah, no, it's all right, because it's all good. I forgave him. I love Goody did all my ink. Yeah, he done all my ink on my back, on my chest.
Did?
Yeah, he's done all.
With what?
Well, he was a great fucking tattoo guy.
I didn't know he did that.
Goody did 11 years in fucking Walpole.
Did he do that?
He did them in prison too.
Oh, he did all that?
He did them on himself too.
Oh, yeah.
He did a good job, obviously, right? Look at all the fucking great work he did. These are 20 years old.
How did he use
Look
that?
at Darth Maul on my back.
What kind of tool did he use?
He used electric. Look, I got Jesus.
He had that in the
he had electric. Yeah,
Wow.
they made them with tape players, cassette play.
It was still homemade?
They would take the spinning thing out of there. That's part of my mouth. They would make, they make them homemade. Yeah, prison. I had Bart Simpson put on my arm with a 9mm on his head.
He did that too?
No, he covered that. He covered that with this.
What year was that?
He got these like 20 years ago, 2000, 2001.
What year did he die?
He died about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, I thought it was longer than
6
that.
years ago, something like that. Wayno died. We lost
Who's Wayno?
Burnsy's youngest brother, the biggest one, the big heavy kid. Wayno. Wayne, Paul, Burnsy, Skipper Burns.
What's wrong?
Peter Burns.
Yeah, what?
They were good dear friends of me and
Skipper was Rob, right?
Yeah,
What happened to him?
He's in Plymouth with married to a girl named Renee. He's works like 3 jobs or something.
Oh, yeah.
Burnsy was he watched my money. The envelopes had a 300.
He didn't seem like, in retrospect, he
was
seem like the type of guy that would be
nice
caught
kid.
up in those type of That would be
nice
caught
kid.
up in that crowd. He was
smart.
caught up in the bad crowd. I think.
He was smart. We were all, but we weren't a bad crowd. We just all had each other. We were a tough crowd. We all sold drugs. So yeah, I guess it was a bad crowd. That was. And they were all teaching me, but I was learning more than they were because I was dealing with people older than them. So they were teaching me, and I was just evolving all the time. The older guys seen the hustle in me more than they seen it in them. That's why they picked me. It was weird, man. It was weird in this 80s for me. Not weird, it was fun. You know what I mean? It was just weird how it evolved.
Let's take it out with Jesse's Girl.
No, I can't do Jesse's Girl. I can't sing that. You'll sing. You can sing it. That's a hard. I don't know how to sing Jesse's Girl. Who does that? Brian Adams?
No, that's Rick Springfield. With
Jesse.
Neil Giraldo on guitar from Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar's good.
You want to sing Heartbreaker?
Goody would have been loving to sing these songs. What's the shit you like?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know the lyrics to that. That's so 80s, huh? Or late 70s or early 80s. No, that's hard to get the guitar to play that shit. That's more intricate than people think. Do you like Devo too?
I love Devo.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands is Devo.
A lot of people.
Duty Now for the Future, the first few albums, but Duty Now for the Future is a must if you want to be an introduction to Devo.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk highly of Devo. I remember Whip It Good.
I don't know that.
That was funny. With the red hats, the three fucking red hats. They were a strange band.
I liked into the 90s. I liked which was kind of an older band anyway, but Goo Goo Dolls were great. Early Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard some. I like some songs from them.
Yeah, they were great.
They weren't a bad band.
They played the Paradise during the Boy Named Goo album, right before the
You were way underground.
There was nobody at the show, and then the next time they played, it was
bands,
like
though. Those underground bands are really where the hottest of music.
People think Goo Goo Dolls were just
underground rap's the same way. That's what the best rap is. Like the real street shit.
I was watching a live Bobby Brown video the other day. It was a kick-ass show, man.
He was talented.
Oh, really great dancing and the
New Edition. Remember when they were released with New Edition and how good they were? And then they became Bell Biv DeVoe and Bobby Brown.
That girl is
poison.
Woo!
She was sticking to me like the bread on the meat of my sandwich. Yeah, they all made it. You know who I liked? At OG, I liked RSO, the mighty RSO. I liked all those fucking hardcore rappers. Guru,
I'll tell you a quick story about Steven. So Steven, my brother.
I love Stevie.
So he was in the disco. He had Saturday Night Fever. My mother bought him Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, I definitely can see him.
He attempted to play it on my stereo, which I was playing Aerosmith and Kiss and the Stones.
You weren't listening to fucking Saturday Night Fever.
I took it off and I smashed it.
I guarantee it.
So I saw him recently.
I can see you doing
I smashed it. So I saw him recently. I felt bad. So we got together for dinner a couple months back. And I brought that album back to him. I bought it, and
what a
little
sentimental. Man.
I said, I get.
Steven's a good kid.
Yes.
I can see why you would
Steven's sentimental. Like when you said Steven seems like a tough. He wants to play like a tough guy, but he's a big baby.
He's a big tiny baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He always was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I grew bigger than him. You know, like he played on my championship.
At the Quarries, he went and grabbed my mother.
He was a wild kid. He was a wild
kid. He'd go and say,
"Oh, you tell him." He would try snitch on you.
Paul said at the Quarries, and then all of a sudden,
oh my God. He would blackmail you and shit. If you don't do this, I'm not talking this and that.
I don't remember too much of that, but we used to beat the shit out of each other. Like slam our arms.
I never see you guys fight though.
No, you haven't seen some.
No, it was an indoor shit.
Yeah. Ashley May of Glenn Hermanson.
I seen Stevie fight a lot of people though. I seen
Stevie probably
when I was young.
Yeah,
I seen Stevie fight Baldo. I seen Baldo break Steve's nose.
Oh really?
But I think Foxhole beat him really bad one time, and then he went after Baldo again. Baldo stepped back and went bang with a straight right. This is when they were in fucking elementary.
Right.
Their first years in junior high.
Right.
Before it was called middle school. So this is young.
Right.
But Stevie could always take care of us. He was a strong kid. Believe me, he had one of the hottest slap shots. He played defense. Not many people signed up to play defense. He did. We won championships together in street hockey on Sunday mornings.
Yeah,
we were good. He was. You know how much he loved street hockey. Stevie, he was my wide receiver on Sunday in football. I was quarterback. I'd say Stevie just go deep. And I'd throw the ball, and he'd just run to it, catch it, and touchdown every fucking time. Ask him. He'll say, Robbie used to throw me perfect spirals. We used to fucking win championships in street hockey.
I'm going to send you a picture of you right now.
Yeah, I love Stevie. I miss Stevie, man.
Let's send him a
Stevie, I love Stevie, man. I do. I miss him. I haven't seen him for so long. But we used to party back in the days, me and your brother. What's up, Stevie? Fox Show. Hey, look who it is. Sigliano. Rest in peace, Sig. What's up, Stevie? I'm here with your fucking crazy rock and roll brother that I love. I love your brother, too. That's why I always liked you, because I liked your older brother was always a class act for me, too. But you guys are always cool. Stevie, tell him who led the league in penalty minutes and goals in Stoughton street hockey leagues where we won championships together 3 years in a row. Talmu led the league in penalty mints for hitting people and scoring goals.
Hey, right?
Fuck so. Fuck so. Have you on there soon too, brother.
That would be funny.
Well, I'm going to
We're
spread it all
animals.
around,
It would be a funny show.
I'm going to put a couch out there. Everything's going to be all relaxed.
I told Dean's probably tuning in.
Dean's Aquino. Look, I'm going to turn the heat on. Dino. I'm going to have Dino's Aquino. It would be a pleasure to have him.
I used to make funny phone calls back in the early 90s. I haven't seen
Dino since I used to go out drinking. Like, I haven't went out to drink since 2001.
Oh, good. It smells nice. I don't really drink myself.
I don't go out to bars since 2001. I went to bars and did shows. I'd have one beer in a shop. I'd never go to the after party. Go home. I could actually go out and have a drink with somebody and then go home. Like, I couldn't do that the first 3 or 4 years. I'd go out drinking and it would be a fucking on a run. I'd go get an house, go sell fucking packages, sniff lines, drink for 3 days and keep making money and party for free, basically.
Do what you gotta do.
Come on, you know how it was. You didn't get involved with that shit, but all of us did.
Went to the rock and roll.
I was in the fucking rock and roll too, but I was just living the rock and roll.
I'm having a Big Mac attack.
I was, go. Listen, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off because my man is freaking hungry, and I know my wife would appreciate it because I think my audio interface is fucked up, and I'm in the middle of transition. Yeah, in the Granite 617. Subscribe, like. Thank you for watching, people. Check.
Granite right here. Oh, how do I do it?
Thank you. You could right there. You could do it wherever you want, Paulie. I know they know what you're doing. Thank you very much, Paulie, for coming on, my friend. I appreciate it, my friend. It's good to see you again.
Awesome to see you, brother.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Have a blessed night, people. Peace. Oh, Van Shipman, Van Shipman, everybody.